Namaste, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another yoga practice with me, Yogi Parks. This is going to be a strong beginner's practice, just focusing on Surya Namaskar B. And I definitely recommend if you're wanting to do this practice, you should already have a strong level 1 beginner's understanding of Surya Namaskar B. One of the most traditional sequences in the practice of Hatha Yoga. Let's go ahead and get started. Actually, I'll say one more thing. It's going to be mostly a modified beginner's version of this Sun Salutation B, but I am going to give one option, 2 options actually, to make it just a little more challenging as we go. With the flow, we're going to do the first few rounds. We're going to hop into it. This is not a workshop style class. Like I said, you should already have a strong grasp of Surya Namaskar B, but I will go through, we'll start out the practice just going through the highlights of each pose as we go through the sequence, and I'll slowly start to pull away from that, and then we're just going to flow on our own. So let's go ahead and get into the practice. I do want to say this is kind of embarrassing. For Halloween, for my costume, I manscaped my body and made it all smooth. And I do have a little razor burn, I don't know if it's called a razor burn or whatever, but those little red bumps you get right here in your bikini line. Had a little bit of that from my costume from Halloween. Ignore that, who cares? Let your freak flag fly high. I still wanted to show up and show you all my body so you can see my body in the poses. And it's super traditional to be in Speedo. So let's go ahead. Enough of that. Let's come to the top of the mat. I'm going to check our time perfect. We're going to have 15 minutes of flow. Here we go with Surya Namaskar B. Now, first pose, Tadasana. Let's actually close the eyes for a moment since I gave such a strong ramble in the beginning. Let's close the eyes. Let's take a couple of breaths. I think it would be nice, my throat's a little raspy, not its best, but I do think it'd be nice if we take a little Om together to start this practice. So let's go ahead still with the eyes closed and inhale through the nose. Let's go ahead. So first pose after Tadasana, let's inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. You're going to bend your knees, sit down onto your chair. Really quickly look down at your feet. Make sure your feet are perfectly parallel. Make sure your knees are far enough back where you can still see your big toes. And then let's go ahead again, sit down into your chair. Make sure your core is engaged. My tailbone's slightly tucked under. I'm lifting my chest and reaching the arms up. Let's hold here for a couple of breaths. First, Utkatasana chair pose in this Sun Salutation B practice. We'll go ahead, Uttanasana, forward fold, exhale. Ardha Uttanasana, let's inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Let's stay here for a moment. Tailbone stretches back as the spine extends. Crown of the head facing forward. And then let's go ahead, Uttanasana. Not Uttanasana, we're in Surya Namaskar B for plank top of a push-up. Plant the hands shoulder width apart, spread your fingertips wide, press those heels back. Let's hold here. Now I said this is going to be a beginner Surya Namaskar B, which it is. So we're going to start off with crouching tiger. So you're going to drop your knees slightly back behind your hips. Feet stay hip width apart, and let's go ahead and use your core. Exhale, lower down, crouching tiger. Bhujangasana, inhale, drop your hips, draw your heart forward. Feet hip width apart. Go ahead, have your knees pulling up under your thighs. Engage your quads, and you'll engage your glutes, but you really want this to be all about the core wrapping around your spine. Take a few breaths here. Our first cobra pose. We won't lift the chest too much yet. And then we're going to go ahead, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Tuck your toes, press up and back.
into downward facing dog. Since it's our first downward facing dog, let's go ahead, pedal out the feet. Maybe nod the head yes and no. It's our first Sun Salutation, it's our first Surya Namaskar B, so we'll kind of take it easy at first. We might not be totally warmed up. I didn't do any yoga, Hatha yoga before this, so I want to kind of warm up my body just a little bit. And then let's go ahead, let's come into just a natural, neutral, downward facing dog. You'll notice as I send my chest back and my hips back, I have a nice, very generous bend in the knees since we're still warming up. And then we're going to come for warrior one. We'll go ahead, still let that left knee bend for support. Reach that right leg back. And then on an inhale, let's go ahead, sweep that right foot forward in between the hands and bring the arms up for warrior one. Our first warrior one in the Surya Namaskar B practice. And let's just hold here. Again, since our first warrior one, you'll notice I have a nice bend in the knee in this lunge, in the front leg of the lunge, just to make it a little bit easier. We'll go deeper as we move forward. And then let's go ahead, exhale for the vinyasa, drop the hands for plank, hold here for a second, push the ground away from you just to start building some strength. Engage your core. And then on the exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra pose. Let's stay here for a second. And let's add a little fun. We'll do some baby twists in this cobra pose. So we're going to go ahead, starting with the left side. We'll come up, lift the chest, and just peel the left shoulder back. And breathe here. Get a little micro twist. Exhale, come to the center. Let's go ahead, inhale, peel that right shoulder back. Exhale, release. And then to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And again, let's pedal out the feet, nod the head yes and no. Just getting into our bodies, into our breath. Getting our focus together. And then let's go ahead for the other side. So still, both knees bent, still with the right knee bent. Extend that left leg back. On an inhale, exhale, bring the left foot in between the hands. Drop the right heel down for warrior one. So hips are in neutral, core engaged, chest expanded, shoulders down. Set your gaze. And again, I'm still going to take that nice little generous bend in the front knee since we're warming up. Super engage your core. As the legs press down, arms reach up. And then let's go ahead, exhale for the vinyasa. Hands down in plank, fingertips spread wide. Nice, go ahead, let's exhale, lower down, cobra pose. And, knees, chest, chin, into cobra pose. And let's breathe here. For this one, go ahead, close the eyes for a moment. Let's just really feel ourselves engage the core. Feel the upper body kind of bellow with the breath. And then let's go ahead, exhale, tuck the toes, press up and back. Nice. All right. Traditionally, we hold downward facing dog for 5 breaths in the Surya Namaskar B. So let's actually do that just for this first one. Again, as I send my chest back, send my hips back, you'll notice I'm taking this really nice bend in the knees. And I invite you guys to all go ahead and do so. If you want to take a little bend out of the knees, go ahead and do so as well. Let's go ahead and inhale, look forward, and exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. Exhale, fold. And we're going to come into chair pose. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, or what some people like to call powerful pose. Let's hold here. Maybe sit down just a little bit deeper. Inhale, come up to standing. Exhale, hands at the heart. Nice.
And that was our first Surya Namaskar B. Let's keep it up. Let's try to get at least 1 or 2 more in with our last 7 minutes. So hands back at the heart. Let's speed through this a little faster. I won't say as much with the cueing just so we get more in. Let's go ahead. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. And then exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And then for the vinyasa, for the plank, let's go ahead. Inhale, step both feet back, top of a push-up, push the ground away. Exhale, crouching tiger. Inhale, cobra pose. And then let's go ahead and continue. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's keep this flow going. Inhale, take that right leg back. Exhale, right foot in between the hands. Spin that left heel down. And on the inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. I think actually I'm not going to give that advanced modification because so much time is actually going by. And I don't think we're warm enough yet. So we're just going to keep this simple flow with Surya B. Let's go ahead and exhale for the vinyasa. Top of a push-up, hold. Exhale, crouching tiger. Inhale, cobra pose. If you want to take a deeper cobra pose here, go ahead and engage the core, lift the chest, peel the shoulders back, elbows to the inside, and then downward facing dog. Exhale, other side. Inhale, take that left leg back. Exhale, left foot in between the hands. Spin that right heel down. Warrior 1 on the inhale. Exhale, vinyasa, plank top of a push-up. Exhale, crouching tiger, lower down. Inhale, slither through like a snake. I think if you want to get a little bit more lift in the chest for a second, let's go ahead and do so. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Let's go ahead. We're going to skip the 5 breaths. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. Maybe sit down a little deeper. Inhale, come up to standing. Exhale, hands at the heart. Nice. Now, I'll give the advanced modification for this only if you've done Surya Namaskar B with plank, chaturanga dandasana, and upward facing dog. If you have done that many times for a few months now, you have a strong foundation, I'm going to go ahead and invite you to take that advanced modification. So let's go ahead, hands at the heart. Inhale, chair pose. Probably our last one with the time we have. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. Here we go for the vinyasa. Hands in plank, step back, hold, push away. And then actually, here we go. The advanced modification, I totally forgot for a second. Woo. All right, excuse me. Exhale, let's lower down chaturanga. Inhale, option, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Warrior 1, inhale, right foot steps back. Exhale, right foot in between the hands. Spin that heel down. Maybe come a little deeper in that front leg in the lunge. Let's hold here a couple breaths. Exhale for plank, top of a push-up. I'm going to take that hard flow again. And we'll meet back, downward facing dog after that vinyasa. All right, other side, left leg reaches back. Exhale, left foot in between the hands. Spin that heel down, arms come up. Little out of breath with the talking and the moving. Don't mind me. Exhale, vinyasa. Woo, I'm gonna take the easy one this time. Exhale, plank. I'm taking crouching tiger, lower down, but it's your choice. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And we'll exhale, downward facing dog,
Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Top of the mat. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Powerful pose. Trying to feel powerful as I'm sweating out of breath, yelling at you guys. Inhale, come up to standing. Exhale, hands at the heart. Let me just check the time. Awesome. All right, we have a minute and a half left. Let's actually use that minute and a half. So come up to the mat, Tadasana, hands at the heart. Whew. All right, let's go ahead. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. And then let's go ahead, exhale, step back into downward facing dog. And then we're gonna come tabletop, exhale. All right. Let's just use our last minute or 30 seconds or so for a little cat-cow. So here we go, get yourself situated. So I got my little wiggles out. And let's go ahead, cat-cow. So you'll inhale, arch the back, exhale, round out the spine. Here we go, with the breath. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. Using core. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. Keep it going. We'll go till the timer goes off. Inhaling, arching, exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, arching, exhaling, rounding. With your breath, keep it going. And we'll come out of it. And let me turn the timer on first. I think we all deserve a child's pose after that. So let's go ahead, come into child's pose for a moment. Take your knees not to the width of the mat, but take your knees a little wider than hips distance. Toes touch. Send your glutes back towards your heels. And let's just come down for a little child's pose. You can rest your forehead down however long you'd like. Stay here in child's pose and stay here as long as you like. Take a minute, take 3 minutes, take a rest. But I will go ahead and close this practice out. I want to thank you for joining me for this session, and I look forward to practicing with you guys soon. Namaste. The light within me honors the light within you all.